There we go. So I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to put on my headphones here and see if I can get this running. This is even for me, this is sort of a random, crazy thing to do at the last minute. If you're hearing this, let me know. I'm going to see if I can get some chat going here. This is going to be interesting to say the least if I can get this running. But I'm officially live, I think. Let's go double check this all and see if it's running. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Okay, I see myself on Twitter. I'm just going to do a quick audio check. All right, we're here. Okay, so I think at least it's working live. I'm going to basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out some messages here. I got to do stuff on Farcaster. I've got to do a bunch of marketing stuff while I do this. But basically, what I wanted to do was just go live for the start of this mint. This is a crazy, brand new experience for me, something that I've never done, both on this stream and the way that I'm doing it, because at the very last second, I realized it's not exactly going to work the way I wanted it. But now that I've got this up and running, I'm doing something completely different, which I've never done, which is a free open edition on a chain called Base, which is basically an L2 of the Ethereum blockchain. We won't get too nerdy on this live stream, but I just kind of wanted to walk through what I created, why I created it, what kind of the components there are of the drop, because as usual, in my case, I don't do anything simple. I don't just mint something and that's it. I always overcomplicate it, make it difficult, make my life difficult. And in this case, I definitely did. But I'm very, very proud of what I created. I'm very proud of what essentially we have. Let me just go full. I have to point out, well, let's just go full screen for now. No, that's not it. We'll go over here. How about this side? Okay, so let's go. So on the left here is Remember to Breathe. This is the long version of it that's running. So my goal was actually to kind of have this live stream just kind of replaying this video on the Mint page, which I'm going to show you in a second. At the last minute, I realized, hey, I can't like go live and also have that video playing post live stream. So I sort of switched it up, and I've got a tool here that I'm hopefully reusing that's going to work. But we're going to have, the combination of, me talking for about an hour. We'll sit here and kind of walk through everything. And then eventually I'll just go to this live stream. So what you're seeing here is a 2-minute version of a time lapse. This time lapse was taken at Moraine Lake back in 2019, quite a long time ago. And this time lapse is basically a 13 minute, just under 13 minute time lapse taken early in the morning, like 6 a.m. at Moraine Lake. And if you're, a photographer, or if you've traveled and you've kind of seen this location, this is one of the most unbelievably beautiful places that I've ever been to in my life. And on this particular morning, the way that the clouds were coming in was pretty stunning. This one that you're seeing on the left right now was condensed down to 2 minutes. And this version is actually what's going to be available, is available now across all platforms, iOS, Android, macOS, Windows, as a live living motion wallpaper. So the way that works is that if you mint the free open edition on Base through Highlight, which I'll show you in a second, completely free. A little bit of step if you've never used Base. If you have Base in your wallet, you know what it is. It's super easy to mint. Big component of this was how do we make this as absolutely easy as possible for people to get. So if you mint that, there's going to be right in the description, there is a token gated website, and you can actually go and download all of this wallpaper for your devices and use it as much as you want. So let me just double check that everything is okay. There's no issues. And then I'll live stream and we're going to kind of see what happens here. We're going to kind of go through the process. So let me just double check that everything is looking good. Let me see. This is going to be a little bit of an issue. I might have to use my laptop here to do this. X.com. Let's see. Is this going? Live stream. Breathe token. Live stream. Okay, I think I got this. I'll flip over this page to a screen share and we should be able to show you what's going on. Or the whole thing will just freeze on me and it won't work. Give me a second and let's see if this goes. This is the fun of live streaming. I experienced this while I was working on a couple projects a little while ago. Let me just go ahead and see if that's going to crash or what's going on. I also have to do a couple of random tweets as we're talking here, so just bear with me and hang out as we're doing this. All right. All right. I think that's completely frozen. Let me just see if my live stream crashed. What do we think? Do we think that it crashed or am I just talking? It looks like it's still going. Okay. So it is working. The live stream, so hopefully you can hear me. Everything's good, but I'm having trouble switching over to the actual. I'm frozen on my screen. So either we're stuck here forever, I'm going to hit refresh and the whole thing is going to crash and I'll have to fire it back up. But yeah, I don't actually know what will happen. Let me just see. All right, we're going to have to give it a shot. If I go down, I'll come back, get it figured out. But basically, I'm going to just try to refresh this and see if I can screen share and kind of walk you through what's available in the Mint. Okay. I don't know what just happened. I'm just watching this on Twitter as it goes. I think it's just like it kept going. It looks like it just went back to my video and then I guess I'm back. Hopefully this is what a crazy thing. Okay, let me try that one more time. Just see what happens if I share a window. Let's just go grab a new window. It might be the fact that I'm using Arc as a browser might be been a bad idea for this stream, but let's see what happens here. No idea if this is actually working the way I want it to. We're going to find out in a second. watching what's going on the other screen here to see if this works. Looking for any sign of life on my live stream. This just shows blurred. Oh, there's something there. Okay, it is working. All right, so here we go. Okay, hopefully this is gonna fire up. So this is Remember to Breathe. It is minting live right now on something called highlight.xyz. So this is something I spent a lot of time on. I won't go crazy here, kind of over explaining it, but basically, free mint on L2 on base with Highlight. Highlight is an incredible platform. I was working with them for about a week, getting this all set up, making sure all the components were going, everything was working. The key thing with Highlight and what I really liked about it was just how I could sort of create a contract, own the contract, set up everything, configure it exactly the way I wanted, and then have it available on Highlight to mint on base. So mints on base are free. There is a small, like kind of like a administration fee that the network charges to mint this stuff or to put this stuff on L2. So that fee works out to about it says it on the side, about $2.90 US. They split 50% of that with the creator, which is very unique. Not every platform does this. And this was a big component for me. Obviously, it's a free mint. It's not meant to make money, but if you do get a lot of mints, it's sort of one of those things where the transaction fee is going to the platform and not to the artist. So luckily, Highlight, solve that and provides a 50-50 split. You can also refer, so you can copy this into your own social media platforms and send it out to people, and you'll end up with a 10% of that transaction fee as a referral, which is pretty cool. You just got to create an account on Highlight and do it. Terms of minting, you can mint directly through Farcaster. You can mint on Twitter X with the link. I'm still posting all this stuff and see if this all works. But yeah, you can basically drop in here, sign in a couple clicks. You can mint. I currently have been using Coinbase Wallet to do it. I find it to be the simplest and easiest way to kind of go through these L2 process. But that's basically the project. Now, I'm going to have trouble with this because I think I can't sign into this right now on my PC because I don't have my Coinbase wallet set up. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show this, but I'm going to go flip over to the blog to kind of show you what we added. So if you take a look down here, you could read through the description. If you check out the blog, this is sort of a full announcement on what I'm doing with this particular project. So it kind of gives a little bit of more information on what's going on. You click through here, there's information about when the time lapse was created back in 2019, the date, the location, a link over here to the mint. I've got a bunch of information about Moraine Lake, on-chain summer, base, highlight, the whole thing. But if we go back to the page, there's a secondary link here called download the wallpaper. So once you mint this on base, if you click download the wallpaper, you're going to get this page here. And if you're signed in on Highlight, you have the token in your wallet, this will actually show up as a full page. Now, I can't show this right now. I'll grab a screenshot and share it. But this links to actually full live wallpaper that you can download. So if I go back to paragraph.xyz, let me see if I can click on this, go back. Let's go to the blog. Let's click through to my account. Or where's the link to all of my stuff? Should be a link to like my publications. There we go. So this is the wallpaper. So this was a ton of work to set up, but I basically have this set up and ready to go with instructions for every device. So on iPhone, you can download this as a live wallpaper. It works with motion. So when you unlock your screen, let's see if this actually can show you guys this. Let's close my YouTube. Yeah, so on my iPhone, if I sort of just click, you see the little motion coming, which is very complicated to set up, but I do have the motion wallpaper on iPhone. Have it on Android as well. If you have Samsung, you can just add it to your home screen and it will run. If you have other devices, you need a third-party app. iPad will work. Mac OS is very complicated, but I put instructions there where you can add it as a video wallpaper to your background or your lock screen. That's a new feature that they released in the recent version of Mac OS. And you can also run it as your wallpaper on your background. If I just stop sharing for a second and flip back into the studio and I share my actual screen, you should see, let's see what happens. We'll get the little inception for a second until I close this one. Of course, none of that works. Move this over to the side. So you can see this is my background currently running on Windows. So this is the actual live wallpaper just looping through the 2 minutes. So you could set that up. I use an app called Lively. This guy right here. So I just drop that in, put in the link, and it works. It's a free app. So the idea with this was like make something that's shareable, something that people can, spread the word, can send it to different people, can kind of show it off and, spread what it means to kind of mint your art on chain was kind of the whole goal. Like on a personal level, the reason why I ended up releasing this is I've gone through kind of some pretty traumatic stuff. Doesn't seem like a huge deal, but if you've ever had your wallet hacked in Web3, if you've ever kind of gone through that, you know how difficult, emotional it is, how stressful it is, money wise, locking out, potentially your own art that you have, losing art that you care about from friends. Just the whole thing is frustrating. And then some other personal stuff going on in my life. And I just kind of like had this on my computer for a long time and just wanted to remind myself, like when all this stuff's happening, you're stressed about all this, things are kind of going at a rapid pace, like just slow down, take your time, remember to breathe. And this animation it constantly it calms me down. It's like soothing, feels like the breath. So I added some music to it. I put it into like kind of a rhythm of a meditation or a deep breathing, added some audio to it. And it's just like a 60-second video you can just play. You can, just experience, that kind of like calmness and bliss that I experience every time I look at this piece at Moraine Lake. So that's basically the piece. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and just do some posts on social media because I haven't really launched this in terms of like links and all that. So I'll keep the live stream going. I'll just do a little split screen here. And if you guys have questions, I just bring this over here. So I think questions should come up through here, although I've always had issues with Twitter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and browse Twitter. I'm going to make sure that I have all the links set up. I'm going to make sure that the chat is working. And if you kind of have questions about the piece or my experience minting on base or my experience with, just highlight or anything you have, just go ahead and ask and I'll just answer it here in the chat. I'll try to keep an eye, but if you're coming in and you're wondering like, what is he doing? I want to see, maybe I can get like a split screen of both would be really cool. If I could get a second video, but I don't actually know how to do it. That would be nice, right? So here's this 2-screen video. Showtime shift 1. I guess I need add a source. Okay, here we go. Hey, there we go. Can we swap these? I feel like we want to swap. No. I feel like we want to swap. Oh, look at this. I'm becoming a pro. All right, there we go. So hopefully you can still hear me. I can chat. I don't think I can do, who knows? What else can I do here? Extra camera, video, presentation, share screen. No, I can't put the chat on. So I don't think, well, it's there. I should see it. I'll go check the Twitter chat and all that stuff. And just, if you have questions, just hit me up. I'll answer them as I go, but I'm going to just start to do some marketing and promotion for this thing, which I really haven't done. Um, okay, let's see what I can do. I mean, there's 40 people watching. I don't know where you guys are coming from. If you're watching this, just drop a comment in whatever it is that you're using, because I'm very curious if so. It says live GM. Let's see. It says live chat. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there's a chat. So you can drop on the video on, if you're watching this on X, looks like they solved this problem now. Okay, so there's Austin on YouTube. What's going on, man? I guess that's working. Okay, so YouTube works. So there's a chat coming in. I wish I could show it on screen. I don't know if there's an option. I literally like 5 minutes before tried to do this. I had everything set up on the other. Hey, GM Milk, where is that from? Milk. Oh, Milk's coming from X. Okay, so this is cool. So I used to do this like maybe 3 months ago, and I couldn't get any chat from X. Ask a question. Yeah, I couldn't get any chat from X, so it was a real disaster, because you would live stream to Twitter, and then nobody could actually communicate. And it looks like they solved that, which is super awesome. So, um, anything that you guys chat will come in on any platform. Again, just go ahead, ask any questions, and I'm just gonna, I'll just chat here and hang out for about an hour while I attempt to promote this and send it out on all these apps. It's crazy the amount of work that goes into trying to do this. And if you're actually like want me to, it's going to be hard for me to kind of do it. I don't know if I could figure it out because I have it on my laptop. But if you want me to show you how you can actually mint this, because you've never minted something before, it might be kind of fun. Maybe a little bit difficult for me with the live streaming, but I'll definitely show it off. Let's see what's coming in. Okay. So let's try this. I'm going to post this on Farcaster. If you're watching this on Twitter, you probably know what Farcaster is. If you are watching this on YouTube or you're not kind of in this world, you're going to have no idea what I'm talking about. The Farcaster is like a decentralized social media platform, really interesting, trying to kind of create something that's a competitor to Twitter/X. I don't know if they're like listening. They're Twitter people listen and just block any mention. I know they do it. If you type Farcaster on your tweets, it's blocked. You don't see anything. But it'd be really interesting to see if they do it with audio. Okay, so I'm going to open this up now. I'm going to give this a try. So if I'm going to share this, just seeing if I can share this on. Da, 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 da. How do I share? I guess I can't. I have to do this on my laptop. Too many devices here. Too much stuff going on. Just bear with me for 2 seconds here as I do at least post this somewhere so people can find it. It's probably an important aspect of doing this. Okay, so create. So I'm just in the back end of I'm just in the back end right now of this in okay. Breathe. And now available on highlight. So I'll send that out. I'm still learning this Farcaster thing. It's really interesting though. Again, a decentralized platform. You pay, I think, about a $5 fee to mint your essentially your profile on blockchain, and then you have an account. And there's really cool stuff around different channels and collections and things that people kind of organize their communication around. I just haven't had time to dive into it, so people have been kind of trying to teach me. I still don't quite understand every aspect of it, but The cool thing that people have showed me that I really like, and one of the reasons why I was excited to do this, is that you can actually mint directly on Farcaster. So if you have your kind of profile set up, you can go right in and you can mint without actually leaving the app, which is like a really, really cool thing. Um, I'm just typing these out. Okay, breathe with warps. And there's also a token called warps, and I don't know if it's on chain or not, but basically you can gift these to people. You can use them to set up your own channels, but you can also use them to mint. And I think there's integrations kind of sent in here that I am still trying to kind of wrap my head around. But yeah, we're going to see how it works. So there we go. That's shared out. Now the mint itself is open all summer. So Base is currently running this thing called On-Chain Summer. It's kind of like part hackathon, part grants, just a lot of art projects that are dropping. Kind of a really cool initiative to get more people to use Base, understand it, kind of get the benefit of it over Ethereum. Again, it's all kind of based on Ethereum, but it's meant for projects like this, for lower price stuff, quicker transactions, kind of a little bit easier to navigate when you're doing these types of projects. So they're doing a ton of stuff. So this is going to be live all summer. Something that people can share, can give it a try, and yeah, we're going to see how it works. I also noticed that Twitter has now essentially converted the live streams to some almost like a little bit of a Twitter Spaces format. I'm seeing this broadcasted on the side, which is definitely super cool because it was one of the harder things that I had issues with all the time. Live streaming on X was like you just couldn't get any visibility. Nobody would see it. So cool to see that it's actually up there and running. Blue Jays traded Calvin Biggio. Great. That's my feed. See if I can get anything else here in terms of how to share this, tweet it. Oh, look, so that's Kit's cool. Kick's working. Hey, NX Plays, how you doing? Yeah, it definitely need to see this go. So comments coming in from Twitter, one from YouTube, one from X, one from Kick. I think I'm also live on Twitch, although it's been a while. But yeah, I think that's actually running too. Let me see if I can go through. I think I messed something up when I minted this. I'm good, brother. I'm good. This is probably a weird stream. Maybe Kick has got all sorts of odd stuff, but yeah, I'm kind of launching a little art project today and just figured I'd go live and share it with some people. And, we're going to see how it goes. I have to mint a bunch of these right now for collectors of a project. So the guy created a piece of art a while ago. Let's see if I'll share that with everyone. Awesome. Yeah. 3D artist. Cool. Yeah. I was live streaming a lot of the 3D art work that I was doing for a while on Kick. It was really fun, kind of a cool community. Do you like Kick better than Twitch? This one's a time lapse I took back in 2019. So going back to my photography and video roots, but I'm obviously like pretty immersed in the world of 3D. So let me see if this is going to work. I have to mint a bunch of these tokens for all of the people that collected my Remember to Breathe NFT. So let me just I can do the quick overview of this live, and then I'll see if it works. Cool. Well, that's interesting. I mean, there's people coming from somewhere. I don't know. It shows 74 people in here, which I live streamed for like 6 months for probably 150 hours, 200 hours, like you just working on 3D projects. And it was, if we get like 2 people, I was like, wow, there's like people watching. So I guess it's probably coming from Twitter, but it shows, 78 people in here right now, which is like, for me is pretty kind of crazy and wild. And maybe with any luck, I can actually get this to run. Yeah. So what I'm doing right now, I'll share my screen for a second, and then I got to do this mint. So let me go. Let me see if I can. If I flip to this, and then I go and add a source, and I say screen share, and let's just say entire screen for now. Kind of getting figuring this out slowly. Oh, I thought I was. That doesn't work. Share screen, entire screen, share. There we go. Swap. It's going to be a little bit maybe annoying with the aspect ratio here. This is very frustrating. Can't I can't close my screen. Okay, well, whatever. We'll go for it. Um, no, no, yeah, you're fine. Anik, you're fine on highlight or sorry on Kick. So I'm using Restream and I'm just streaming out to all the platforms. It's exactly the same. I'm just using. I usually use OBS and like actually have it all organized, but I'm using their studio tool, and it's just like got me a little bit complicated in terms of trying to figure out how to share things and work on this. So I'm going to show you kind of what this is here in a second, if I can. No, let me see if this maybe will work. Oh yeah. No, I am struggling for sure. Definitely struggling, but it's all good. We're just sort of figure this out as we go. Um, okay, so this was what I was just going to show before. So back in 2019, I captured this photo at Moraine Lake. Um, I work in the world of Web3 and digital art, on-chain art. So I actually minted this piece on the blockchain, made it available for people to purchase. I had 120 tokens that were sold, and currently, you can kind of see this here. People have bought and sold this token. It's been pretty healthy in terms of floor price. People have been buying it. There's currently 69 owners of this token. You can see the list here. And I've always kind of thought that I want to kind of build on top of these things as I go. So this particular token, I've always had plans to turn it into a 3D render and a landscape. Which annex, that's what I do normally. Is my kind of process. I take real world locations. I'll show you a couple of them, um, and I turn them into 3D pieces of art. So here's like an example of one that I just finished not too long ago. This is called Cathedral, and this is a 3D render created from the basically Cathedral Rock in Sedona, Arizona. This little location here with the pond is called Slick Rock. But I download a bunch of like data from satellite images and LiDAR and radar, and I bring it all into 3D software, and I basically create these environments. So I use Blender 90 for the art that I'm making. I'm using Blender. I use Gaia as a tool to sort of process and organize and you know um, to create the landscapes from the lidar data and the radar data. But I've also been using Unreal Engine more recently for some of the stuff I've been doing. But that was created in Blender with Gaia as the landscape tool. So I got live streams on my YouTube. I don't think they archive on Kick, but if you go to my YouTube, I have all sorts of archives of like me making this stuff and creating it. But that's what I do normally. And then as you just kind of saw, my background is in landscape photography. I struggle so much with the tabs and everything on this. Um, yeah, Blender 3. Yeah, Blender is like I've showed so many people just get Blender. It's free. You don't have to pay a license. Download it. It is unbelievably good software. You model in Blender. You can animate. You can rig up characters. You can create 3D scenes. I mean, it's actually mind-boggling that exists as free software. So yeah, I use Blender all the time. So Yeah, this piece is created, and then I have 69 collectors right now that own the 120 tokens, so people have duplicates. And then I wanted to recreate something. Eventually, this will turn into a 3D environment and eventually a fully interactive um, place in VR and AR, which is kind of my long term vision model. But I really wanted to create this piece from this location. So, exactly same time that day, I took that photo, from one area of the lake. I ran a time lapse over 13 minutes, and that became this Remember to Breathe project. So, we click on here, we see it, we see the video. You can turn on the sound. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but it's a 60-second meditation, music, sound, breath. This time lapse, which is sort of condensed down to 2 or 3 seconds and then just looped over and over again. So you can check that out. And if you want to learn about kind of Web3 and how it all works and on-chain art, you can learn or mint it or ask me questions. But it's also just available. You can just look at it here on this page. So what I'm going to do right now is a test. Is I got to actually airdrop this to those collectors. So I'm going to give this a try. It might be a little bit of a pain to do it, but I need to give it a try and see if it's going to work. Um, I feel like this is gonna be very difficult, but we're gonna try it. I made a funny mistake. Someone out there did it. I'd like to know who it is. One of the things you're supposed to do when you mint these things, you're supposed to mint the first token yourself to kind of get the actual project on chain, and then you own the first token. Of course, I didn't because I was trying to figure out the live stream. So whoever did it, cool. Awesome that you got it, and I'm happy. It's kind of a cool story. I'm going to try this. I don't know if this is going to work. So right now, I'm going to try to mint 69 tokens to airdrop to those collectors. It's telling me right now that the cost to do this is going to be only the three. Well, it says it's only 3 cents. Worst case scenario, if it charges, let's see what it says. It seems odd that it would be that. I would think you get a charged a fee, but it says, no, let's gonna give it a try. See, maybe it's just because it's no, I'm not going to be working. No, you don't have to be. I'm not going to be working on anything right now. This is a separate stream for this launch. So no, I'm not going to be working on 3D, but this channel is active. I'm just getting through some stuff. I'll be back streaming, and when I do stream in the future, it's going to be all me working on my 3D art, which is what I've done on these channels in the past. So, Annex, yeah, no, it's not rude at all. If you're looking for 3D art stuff, just subscribe or whatever Kick is. Subscribe to it. I'll obviously go live and just like find me on social, send me a message. I'm happy to help out or chat anytime you want. Yeah, product and ArchViz, awesome, or ArcViz, super cool. There's so much stuff you can do. But yeah, this one's just for this particular launch. Just wanted to kind of hang out for an hour and make sure everything sort of went off. I wouldn't say without a hitch because it clearly didn't, but yeah, want to kind of see how it goes. So yeah, let's see. It's interesting. There's up to 118 people, which is super odd. I'm curious if you're watching, just because it's odd for me. Like, where are you watching from? Send me a message. Just say what platform. Um, it'll pop up and tell me the platform, but just say GM or hi. I just appreciate it because it's one of those weird things where it's like, how is this actually working? Where's all this stuff going? So I'm just gonna. Oh yeah, so on Twitter it actually shows up on the profile. Yeah, 100%. I appreciate it. And if you've got a channel and you're doing any streaming too, just send me links and I'll subscribe and come check out your work. Um, yeah, this is so interesting. It's saying 125 people are live on Twitter. I don't know. Say hi. Tell me. Okay, Pravin. There, it helps out. I was trying to figure it out. I was like, what's going on? Because I never had this. Twitter just must have improved this whole deal. So, Pravin, good to see you, man. GM, cool that that's working. I'm getting notifications are like rolling in now. It's really cool what they did. Just looking at it now, like here's my Twitter account. So if you can see that, but now it shows live up in the top corner on my profile, which is a really cool touch. And then if you click on the live, it basically just opens up the live video and looks like the experience is really good. Pin that to my profile for now. No, I'm using Restream. I used Restream I've been using it for a while, and it worked great. It just Twitter didn't have the live stream integration. So Twitter was a bit of a black hole. No one would ever be on Twitter. And if they would try to add a message or anything, it wouldn't work. So it's just really cool to see. Oh, neat. So where do you, can you see that overlay? So live 720p viewers in time. Is that actually what you guys are seeing? Oh no, you don't see it. Austin, where are you seeing where are you seeing the viewers? I'm gonna go check out my YouTube and see. Just curious where you would actually see that. Drop links to your accounts. Yeah, on X. Oh, okay. So Austin, you're watching it on YouTube or you're chatting on YouTube, but you're seeing the X stats. Is that what you're telling me? Or you're looking on X? Yeah, I agree, Annex. I wish I'll do it right here. Give me a second. I'll go through my accounts. Twitter.com, Scoverse. It's pretty much Scobleverse everywhere now. I was running into this issue with ARC. So this is my Twitter. Instagram. No, it's all good. It's a good suggestion. I should have it on screen. If I was using OBS, I would have this all rocking. I would have it all set up. So this is my it's all good. I'm going to post them anyway. And then here's my YouTube. Oh, are they pinned? But they might be wrong, actually, because I haven't updated Kick. I haven't updated Kick. So how do I link to this profile? There's my links there. I guess this is going to work. It's not my back end. This should be my YouTube. It should be /Scobleverse. And then Kick. I haven't been on Kick in a while to actually check my profile, but I think it's just /Scobleverse, right? I'm not really sure. Scoble. There we go. Yeah, this is my Kick one. It's going to do a double thing, right? It's going to mess everything up. Sorry, guys. I should have known that mistake, but this is Kick. Copy link address. So there you go. I don't know if you guys see these chats on other accounts. Like I don't see them on X. But if you're using OBS, you can have the overlays and all the links. I don't have that set up right now. But you know what? On YouTube, yes. On YouTube there is. I can't do anything right now with my screen. Like I can't click on anything. It's kind of a disaster. There's the live stream rocking down there. It's I don't know what's going on. You guys, it's growing the live stream. I'm not talking about anything interesting, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, let me go back to the highlight page. But the thing that's interesting about this to me, and a reminder, this is a really good experiment because I've really enjoyed in the past live streaming my process and live streaming what I'm working on. Okay, yeah, and did I put Instagram on here? Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's mine on Instagram, the 10K one. Um, what's really interesting to me about this whole thing is like I can live stream my process on these platforms, interact with people as I'm working on stuff, been doing stuff in Blender, 3D work, whatever I'm doing. And then, I have these video clips that I can share out to social media, kind of explaining everything and what's going on. So, this is inspiring me the way that Twitter and X is working. And also, I noticed that I think I have more control over to do this on Instagram too. I'm pretty sure that there is like I have Instagram meta glasses and I can like live stream my screen, what I'm looking at, and live stream my face, and I can do all sorts of cool stuff with Instagram. So I think I'm going to start firing this up now. You know, when I start on my next project, which is going to be another basically like another 3D landscape from Glacier National Park in Montana. Um, I'm gonna just to live stream the whole process and let people watch and hang out and ask questions, and that'll be all like 3D stuff annex. So it'll be all more stuff up your alley as opposed to this right now. Is just me kind of sharing what I'm working on. I'm trying to figure out if I can get to the actual um if I'm trying to figure out if I can get to the actual wallpaper, which would be cool to show it, but I can't quite figure out. I don't think there's going to be a way to do it on my browser. It would require me to sign in on MetaMask. Maybe if I just kill my screen share for a second, I might be able to do it. Let's just stop the screen share and let's just give it a quick shot. See if I can sign in here. I'm going to try with my Coinbase wallet. Oh, here we go. This is going to maybe work. So what I'm doing right now is I have a Coinbase wallet, which is like to me it's the easiest way for this stuff, like for minting. It's maybe not the best update and best option for like minting your work and like other Web3 stuff, but like just for quick stuff. Um, oh, on the right now, you're just seeing me though right now, right? You're not seeing text. Okay, so when I go back to this, I'll show it. I'm so paranoid to like live stream anything to do with like wallets and stuff because I just got hacked. But we're going to try. Oh yeah, when I go. Okay, yeah, it's a good idea. I also am going to try to screen. Yeah, I'm going to try this. Annex, you're good. I appreciate you doing this like that. It's got me thinking that maybe this will work. Okay, let's try the corner one with the screen share, and we're going to try my arc window. How about that, buddy? A little better. I don't have the same like control as I did with OBS where I can like actually do this with any type of. Yeah, that might works. I can't even move this to the other corner though. It's kind of yeah, it's too bad. This studio thing is it's just not as good. That's all good. Once I get running on when I do the stream again, I use OBS. What do you use for streaming, Annex? Do you use OBS? Like on OBS, I have everything organized and I can move my stuff around. This setup is just not conducive to that. So I'm just going to, I can invite a guest. Anyone want to come? Anyone have a video camera? Want to come hang out? If you do, send me a message. I'll try it. Okay, so I'm going to give this a shot. I don't know if it's going to work. So now I'm in Highlight, and I've logged in with my Coinbase. So I'm going to actually log out and see if I can pull this off. So you're on here. If you don't know Web3, this is a step. So, I'm not saying expecting you to do it, but if you're in Web3, you can know what I'm talking about. Um, so here's the piece. So the first thing I do is sign in. And you can, I think, create an account with email in here, which is pretty cool. And you can't mint anything, but I think you can kind of play around and all that stuff. But I use Coinbase, so I'm going to hit Coinbase. And now the way Coinbase works is it wants me to look on my phone, so it's already kind of connected the Coinbase app here in my browser. So I'm getting a message on my phone on Coinbase to sign this, and I'm basically authenticating now with my face, and now I'm signed in. So this is my Coinbase account. This is my public account, and I now can mint one of these on here. Now there is a credit card option they set up for me. I haven't tried this yet, but basically in this option, you put in your email, you put in whatever Ethereum address that you need to actually buy it. And you can see here, you can put in your credit card or you can use Google Pay or whatever. It works out to $3.59 transaction fee, $3.73. I believe I get half of that, and then I think the other half will go to highlight the platform. So that's if you buy this with credit card, which is kind of cool. I may try this here in a second on the stream, but definitely a really cool feature. But in my case, I want to use this on regular on Coinbase on base. So I don't know about this one. I might try this. This is minting on Ethereum, but this is base. This is what it's actually on. So I've clicked mint. We're going to see if this works. A little bit of live test. May not, but we'll see. Da, 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 da. Well, that's a fail so far. What that link is. Copy a link to the mint page, minting in progress. Did I mess something up when I went to that page? Let's just refresh it and see what happened here. Okay, let's try this one more time. Mint. Okay, here it is. Okay, so this works. So it must have been something. So I think I can show you this. Yeah, I can show you this. There's nothing in here. So basically, this is what happened. I don't know if you can see the screen. I'll just flip over to here. So I clicked mint on the page. There needs to be like a swap option. So I clicked mint on the page on there on highlight. And then you can see I just got this little notification on my Coinbase. And it's basically saying, review requests from highlight. Here's the price. It gives me all the information. It's a 3 cent. Like seems to be all good. I hit confirm. And if I flip back to here, let's see if it worked. Okay. So small, I just says I minted the NFT right there. Let me go back to this. So there I got there I got a notification. So it looks like it's going to let me subscribe. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. This is my work email, so you can just send me spam. Good luck. Confirmation code. This is probably let me just flip back to my own screen here for 1 second. Oh. 909-696. There we go. And then sure. This is not like terrible. It's kind of not too bad in terms of the screen sharing. I'm just trying to get used to it. Okay, so here's what happened. So it worked. I got a notification on my Coinbase wallet. It's now working. It's in my wallet. I can see it. Let me see if it refreshes. Yep, I see it in my wallet. There it is, slowly loading. It's just coming up on the screen now. So it's in my wallet. You can see it says congratulations on here. It says refer and earn. So I can post this on X. I'll just post that link and see what happens, which would be like a referral fee. Let's go back to highlight. And then I can also mint with ETH on base, which is a whole other thing. But what I wanted to show is now that I have this in my wallet, now I should be able to go back to the Mint and I should be able to go to download the wallpaper. And now see how it says the page is locked. So this was the token gating that we set up for the wallpaper. Now, if I click sign in, I go to Coinbase wallet again. This is the part that I was worried about. So I'm going to send this. I'll send this to the highlight team. We were talking about this before, but this is I'll answer that in a second. This is a frustrating thing, and I'm going to show them this. I'll send them this clip maybe, but this is exactly what I was talking about with a weird redirect. So what should happen here is when I hit sign and I hit Coinbase, instead of redirecting to this screen, it should redirect me to the same screen it redirected for the Mint, which is letting me authenticate on my Coinbase app, and actually sign in Mint. So there's something weird there with the redirect. I don't know exactly how to work my way around that at this moment. Yeah, it's just redirecting me there. Interesting troubleshooting. I guess that's why this is open for 3 months, to kind of figure this out as we go. But you should be able to sign in. You should be able to. This should be able to work. I'm technically already signed in, so I don't see why that's not working out the box. Okay, and your NFT question, Annex. So I came into the space in 2021. There was a huge surge that summer with artists, so mostly photographers, some 3D artists that were doing very well selling and minting their work. Then we went through kind of like a dip. And then I think we came back. And when we came back, there was this massive craze that you probably would have heard about. And people were minting the Bored Apes and crypto punks, and everything was going up and everyone was going to make millions of dollars. And then that didn't happen. And that was the crash. And then a lot of people were like, well, NFTs are dead. The truth is, that version of the craze, was like the .com boom when the internet came out, where people were minting, not minting, people were registering domain names, starting random companies, and it was crazy. And everyone was like, we're going to make millions of dollars. And yeah, people made money. A lot of people lost money. That was kind of a parallel to what happened with NFTs. And now what's happened all the way through, though, is the technology, which is built on blockchain, is still, in my mind, I've been through this with the internet. I've been through this with the internet. I've been through this with social media, which is Web 2, and I see it in Web 3. And there's zero doubt in my mind that the blockchain technology and the decentralization and all the cool stuff that comes with it is like, it's going to keep going. It's just there. It's impossible to me to imagine a world where that doesn't become the kind of the de facto standard for data and security and immutability and all these cool things. So on the NFT side, it's a tough market. Artists don't make a lot of money most of the time. Some artists have been very successful, some aren't. But overall, there's still an active community of collectors, still active community of artists. I'm still doing it. I've been able to do it full time, thankfully. It's just, kind of depends on your perspective. But I think the term NFT definitely got dragged through the mud because of what was going on. But I would say, like, as an artist, that, just to be able to create work like this and share it, and have people actually buy it and own it and have it in their wallets is a pretty special thing. So Das Nevs, hey man. Where are you? Oh, you're on YouTube. Oh, cool. Yeah, so NFTs are not dead at all. But it's just certainly not, like, I mean, that's, again, like, this is the thing, right? People thought you could come on and make, art with AI, or, just random stuff that you created in, an hour, and you could mint it and make thousands of dollars. And there was like a time where that was happening because people were speculating and they were just guessing, and they saw something and they buy it. And it was like a craze, like a, like a stock market craze. Like, it just, people got crazy. But now, if you put the work in, you build up your collector base, you be a good member of the community, and you create great work, you can definitely do really well in the world of NFTs and Web3. So Yeah. I don't talk about it like all that much when I'm doing the streams. This is obviously special just because I'm testing out this mint on base and kind of want to get it running. Um, oh yeah. Sorry, Prav, and I missed your message too. Yeah, I'm on Warpcast. I'm just Scoble and on Deca, which by the way, Deca, I'm gonna do a shout out to Deca because Pravin's not just because Pravin's here, but because I love what Deca does, and I want to show you this. So I want to see if this is going to be interesting test to see if this showed up yet. Pravin, if you're still here, I'm really curious because I wonder. I should post on Deca right now, actually. I wonder. Oh, this is painful. This is the stuff that sold when my account got hacked. Oh, I don't want to look at that. Damn, that sucks. So this is some of my 3D work. So you can see this is kind of Deca's like a um, okay, so Deca is like a portfolio site for artists, is where I'd say it is the primary function. So you can go in and say, hey, I've minted work all over these different wallets or different platforms, and you can bring it into one place. So this is some of my work. This is 3D, this is 3D, this is 3D, this is a photo, this is a photo, this is a photo. All my collections are in here. So this is the one that I showed before, which I should have just showed on here instead of OpenSea. Um, I have, um, this is a piece called Fuji that I created a while ago. There's some really interesting aspects of this that I won't go into right now, but it's a piece I'm really proud of. This is my most recent project, which is a bunch. You'll like this one, Annex. So these are 30 animations, videos, renders, environment stuff, animation, some product stuff, conceptual product stuff that I created, some space stuff using Unreal Engine, cinematics, couple little like mini short films that I created. All of this was 30-day project originally. It turned into 3 months, but stuff that I created in Blender and Unreal Engine, and I live streamed 90% of this. So Deca is a portfolio site first and foremost, but there's some really cool stuff around being able to subscribe to other artists, follow collectors, be notified when stuff gets minted or something gets sold. There's ability to mint things on Deca as posters, basically tributes to other people's work. Um, this is just a cool platform. And when I had my account hacked, Deca was really, to me, the only platform that like proactively reached out and tried to make things right and fix things up for me and make sure that my account was secure. That was one of my criticisms of what happened after that hack. Is like most platforms just refuse to do anything. They don't want to help, and which is a shame. So shout out to the guys at Deca because they're doing like really cool stuff. So that's my Deca. There you go, Problem. If you're still here, I didn't get paid to do that. Okay, so we're over an hour. It's kind of crazy. I can't. Kind of shocking how many people are in here right now for me. Like to have 200 concurrent people watching a live stream is like wild. I think most of it's coming from Twitter. Let me just go see. I'm more curious myself. I just get so few people watching these things that I'm just kind of wondering where it's coming from. So I think, yeah. So there's only like 3 people on YouTube. Let's see if anyone's watching. I don't even know if I'm on live on Twitch. I haven't done anything on Twitch for a while. It says I'm live. 1 person watching on Twitch. Let's see with Kick. We know Annex is here. One person. Oh, it looks like it may have gone off. 1 person watching on Kick. $220 on Twitter. Hey, that's Elon kind of nailed it, it's like you have an audience here. It's pretty easy to kind of just jump into. God, it makes a lot of sense. It's definitely got me thinking that now I'm gonna double down on. I think I'm gonna double down on the Twitter stuff and try to do more streaming. Um, so anyway, okay, my last thing I'm gonna say, because I got to just get off of here and start to kind of promote this. I'm gonna try to figure out if I can have kind of like a loop going in the future. So I'll kind of end um, with this, a little summary, and then I'm gonna kill the stream. So um, oh yeah, I'll answer you first, Annex. Yeah, but I m my process using real world data is so complicated, it'll make you, like, cry. It's I have used those add-ons, like, there's one called, Blender GIS. I think they changed the name recently, that you can download, like, some real world data. The quality of it's just not good enough for what I do, so I use, like, actually purchase and actually, um, go and get, like, high quality data, um from different paid sources, free sources. I used to work in this industry, and then I bring them into a tool called QGIS, which is a nerdy GIS tool. I normalize it, I organize it, I can merge stuff together. Then I bring it into Gaia and I generate like erosion and a bunch of detail on the actual terrain. Then I take all of that and then I bring it into Blender and then I create the art. So I can't, there is not a simple route to do exactly what I do, but you know, you can get decent data from those tools. And then I've also, you know, used that stuff to bring it into Unreal Engine. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. Actually, I used Blender GIS really well for this project here. So I used OpenStreetMaps and Blender GIS to generate these buildings. This is an actual replica of a certain block in Brooklyn, New York. So that's real building data. It's, you know, the textures are just kind of tiled. There's nothing interesting there, but the actual streets, the actual building heights, the actual building dimensions, all that comes from GIS data in Blender GIS. And I think I used it for, yeah, I used it for all this as well. So all of this is the background of Manhattan, and that same block in Brooklyn with the streets is all real, actual data. um, yeah, and I have tried the NVIDIA landscape generator, but unless there's a new one, the last one I used was, it's just still image, isn't it? Is there like an actual 3D one? But no, I haven't. I have my process down just because like the way that I create this stuff. Like here's another example. This is actually real data from the Oregon coast. So this is on Unreal Engine, and this is like actually the coastline and real terrain. And this is from LiDAR that I took from the U.S. Coastal U.S. Geological Survey and the U.S. Coast Guard. So you kind of see it when you get into this part. Like that's the actual lake or the ocean, the river that goes through here, all the terrain. And I use that, you know, by downloading the data and then processing it and bringing it in. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. So just as a summary of what this is and what I'm doing, this is Remember to Breathe. It's a 60-second meditation, a time lapse that was captured at Moraine Lake in Alberta, Canada. Um, it's part of a visit that I took to that location where I've also created another piece of work called Closing Chapter. But basically, this is the the animation that I created called Remember to Breathe. It's available as a free mint on highlight.xyz. Highlight is a platform that allows you to mint your artwork, make it available for people to buy, auctions, free mints, whatever you want to do. A really, really great tool. I'm very excited about what these guys are doing and kind of the future that they're painting around how people can kind of produce and sell and distribute their digital art. You can mint this for free using your crypto wallet. You will be charged a small transaction fee. I receive 50% of that. You will end up with that NFT on Base, which is a level 2 Ethereum network platform or Ethereum platform. I don't know which way we would want to say it. You can also mint it with your credit card if you want. If you don't have a crypto wallet, you can do it that way, but ultimately you would want to save it in a crypto wallet. So you're going to have to take that step. It'll be available all summer as part of the on-chain summer initiative from Base. There's a lot of cool stuff planned. We're going to do some kind of fun stuff throughout the summer to kind of promote this and share it. So this is just the beginning. I appreciate people that have minted so far, everyone that shared this. I'll continue to promote this over the next few days and across the summer. Um, it comes with free wallpaper. So if you own the token, you can download wallpaper for iOS, for Android, for Mac OS, almost said BlackBerry, for Mac OS and for Windows. That's all through a token gated website that's created directly on Highlight. In terms of me, I'm a 3D digital artist. I came from a photography and video background. Obviously, this is a time lapse, but right now I specialize in recreating the most iconic places around the world as 3D digital art. So that's landscapes. I've also dabbled with buildings and objects and 3D scanning and photogrammetry and LiDAR and radar and all this crazy stuff. But I always try to incorporate real world data in my work. You can find me on social media. I put some links on the side on the chat. Um, I wish I could just show them all on screen at the same time, but I'm too dumb in this tool to figure it out. But look for Scoble or Scobleverse on Twitter, on X, on Instagram, on YouTube, on all these places. Starting probably, I would say next week or the week after, I'm going to start live streaming every day. I'll live stream my process as a 3D artist and how I work and how I create. And I'll definitely start doing that on Twitter X. If you're not sure about everything and want to get my advice or understand a little bit more about Web3 or learn how to mint this or highlight or whatever you want to do, just send me a DM and I'm happy to help everyone out. I feel weird ending the stream just because I've just having so many people watching it is really cool, but I really appreciate it. Please just take a second to share this, out on your social media. Find this link and fire it out. I'll post it here. I don't know if it's going to actually work, but send it in the chat. I appreciate it. Tune in, next time. And again, thanks for everyone for joining. I'm going to drop a stream now and start promoting this thing. All right.